Hello and welcome. I am very happy you are here with me today. This video is made especially for you if you want to improve your English. As you listen, you will also hear a powerful story.
They said I was a killer, but I only ever loved that family. You're about to hear a true story, one full of love, fear, and betrayal. Pay close attention. Every sentence will help you grow in English, but it will also break your heart. Let's begin. I used to work for a very rich family, in a house so big that sometimes I felt lost inside. Every morning I opened the tall windows and smelled the flowers from the garden. The children ran through the long hallways, laughing and shouting, and I often laughed with them. They trusted me. They treated me like part of their home, not just a worker. For many months I felt safe there. I even thought, this is my second family. But then, little by little, the nights began to feel different. At first, it was only a feeling. When I closed the kitchen door late at night, I thought I saw a shadow near the trees. Sometimes I heard footsteps on the wet grass, very soft, just outside the window. I told myself it was only my imagination, maybe the wind, maybe a neighbor passing by. But deep inside, a small fear started to grow, and I never spoke about it to anyone. I remember one night in particular, I was washing dishes and the light above me flickered just once, and I felt my heart race. I tried to laugh at myself, but the fear stayed. Then came the night that changed everything. The rain was heavy, the wind was strong, and the father came home late. He walked through the door with his coat still wet, his eyes tired and strange. The mother looked at him with worried eyes as if she already knew something was wrong. The children had gone to bed early, and the house felt too quiet, too still. I was in the kitchen drying my hands when I heard it. A soft creak from the back door, a sound so small but so clear that it froze me in place. I turned my head slowly toward the dark hallway. I whispered, "Hello?" But no one answered. The sound came again, this time closer, like a shoe sliding on the wooden floor. I took a deep breath and stepped into the hall, my hands shaking. The light from the living room made a thin line on the floor, and beyond that line, shadows moved. I moved closer. The air felt heavy. My voice broke when I said, "Who's there?" Still no answer. Only the sound of the wind pushing against the windows. I hurried to the living room, but the mother was gone. The chair was empty. The lamp was still warm. I called her name once, twice, but no voice came back. My chest tightened. Something was terribly wrong. I ran to the stairs, taking them two at a time. At the top, I stopped. A door was open. Inside, in the weak light, I saw them. The mother, the two children, lying still, silent, cold, gone. For a second, my mind refused to understand. Then the truth hit me like a storm. I screamed so loud my throat burned. Tears filled my eyes. I fell to the floor, shaking, crying, saying over and over, "No! No, this is not real. Please, no." I ran back down, my legs barely working, and grabbed the phone. My fingers trembled as I called the police. "Help!" I shouted. "Please help! They are hurt! They are hurt!" Minutes felt like hours until I heard the sirens outside. Relief came for just a second, until I saw the way the officers looked at me. They looked at the bodies, then at me. They whispered to each other. One of them said softly, "You are crying." Another said, "You were alone here." I wiped my face and shouted, "I didn't do this. I love them." But they did not believe me. No one believed me. The neighbors gathered outside, holding umbrellas, whispering words that cut like knives. "He did it," I heard a man say. "He wanted their money," a woman whispered. My heart broke a little more with every word. I tried to speak, but my voice was lost in the rain. I dropped to my knees, shaking my head again and again, but no one listened. No one. The police took my hands and locked cold metal around my wrists. "You are under arrest," they said. I shouted, "I am innocent." But the words meant nothing. At the station, they questioned me over and over. "Why did you do it? Where is the weapon? Where is the money?" Each question was a knife. I had no answers, only tears. I explained again and again, I didn't do it. I would never hurt them. But they wrote things down on their papers. Not my words, their own words. Hours passed. The sun rose. And I sat there broken, while they planned my future without me. When the trial came, I stood alone. The courtroom was full. The lawyer they gave me spoke fast, too fast for me to follow. The judge watched me with eyes full of doubt. I wanted to shout the truth, to scream that I was innocent, but my voice felt trapped in my chest. The judge's voice was cold. "Guilty," he said. 20 years in prison. The words fell like stones on my heart. I felt my legs weaken. I could not breathe. They took me by the arms and led me away. Behind me, I heard the sound of the gavel and the sound of people murmuring, and then the door closed. The prison was dark and smelled of metal and dust. The gate closed behind me with a sound I will never forget. Inside my cell, I sat on the hard bed and stared at the wall. Far away, I heard someone scream. Somewhere else, someone cried. I closed my eyes and whispered, "I am innocent. I am innocent." But the walls did not care. The night felt endless. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. I counted them in my head, one by one. Every night I saw their faces. Every night I heard their voices. "Why didn't you save us?" I woke up crying, shaking, wishing I could go back, wishing I could change time. I felt small. I felt broken. But in my heart, I kept a small hope alive. One day someone will hear me. One day someone will believe me. And now I tell you my story. Every word, every memory, every tear is real. I want you to know that I am not what they say. I am not a killer. I am not evil. I am just a person who loved a family, a person who lost everything in one single night. Please listen to me, because that night changed my life forever.